safety practices for shooting. It's really funny. It comes with this 1980s very outdated version DVD of how to disassemble and clean weapons, done by Bill Wilson himself. It used to come with a VHS tape, but I guess they've, I've actually heard they've gone away with the DVD altogether. Some of them don't even come with the DVD anymore. Comes with a silicone Wilson Combat cheesecloth, I guess, to wipe down the gun. I use patches, it works just fine. And a bunch of other knick-knack crap. But here is the test target. The hole is just about the exact same size, if not just a tiny bit bigger than the Nighthawk one, but it too can be covered up by a quarter. I can take a quarter and stick it over this hole and have no problems. The gun was built by 5 of Wilson Combat's gunsmiths. It's a very nice gun. The one thing Wilson Combat does that Nighthawk doesn't is they give you a quality assurance, it's kind of hard to see, it's a quality assurance checklist that basically the gunsmiths, as they perform each step in the build, they check off that they've properly did assemble the pistol all the way down. It's like damn near 3 pages long on one sheet of paper. And then the bottom says, the second part says test fire, and the bottom says final inspection. So basically this gun was sent through the ringer when it comes to being inspected to make sure that the Wilson Combat name stays true with quality and whatnot. How did you get in there? But basically they build a phenomenal weapon. Both companies are world renowned for their customer service. Apparently if anything goes wrong, not only will they fix the gun for free, but they will pay for shipping first class both ways to get you your gun. Now unfortunately the downside of owning these, or if you're wanting these for the future, is the wait times. They used to quote 10 to 12 weeks. Nighthawk still does, which is a crock of shit. But Wilson Combat will be honest and tell you 8 to 10 months. And that means literally 8 to 10 months. Don't expect it any earlier unless if somebody probably backs out and decides they don't want the gun anymore. They'll probably find a way to get it to you. But yeah, it's about 8 to 10 months to get one of these. If you're looking at a super grade, they're talking over a year of wait time. So you'd have to be pretty patient. My patience is limited. I can wait like 4 to 5 weeks max, which is why I went to Gunbroker and got both these for like within 3 days. So I'm very, very pleased. Probably my next gun's gonna be purchased off Gunbroker as well. But the other downside to these is the friggin' price. Now, do I believe this gun is worth $2,800? Yeah. I mean, if it saves my life and it gets confiscated and or destroyed, I mean, that'd be the best $2,800 I ever spent. But they keep jacking up the prices on these. I don't know what this is presently, but I think a year ago it was about $2,600, and they jacked all the prices up to like $200 to $300 more. I don't know if that's an economy thing or if the fact that buy and demand is basically going up seriously in the past year, that they're just increasing the prices to make an extra profit. Capitalism at its best. But I think it was money well spent. This gun used to be 26 and some change. It's went up to almost 3 G's now, $2,900. I was lucky enough to get it when it was cheaper. So yeah, I don't know if I would have dropped $3,000 on this. I probably would have saved a little extra and maybe went for a ultralight carry. I'm not sure what I would have got, but $2,600 is pretty much where I feel comfortable at. $3,000, I'd really have to double think it, because I don't know if it's worth $3,000. But once again, somebody breaks in the house and I have to unfortunately put them down. Even if I never see the gun again, it'll be the best $3,000 I ever spent. So, beautiful gun. They actually request that you dry fire these as much as possible, I guess, for practice. I was always told dry firing is bad for your gun, but what's bad for it is if you have it like this and you drop the slide and it slams shut, it supposedly screws up your sear, which is a part of your, I think one of your mechanisms in here. I'm not really proficient with the makes and total build of how this gun operates. I'm gonna have to learn, but just don't drop the slide on an empty chamber, or make sure it's full or loaded. Once again, beautiful gun. The combat pyramid sights on it aren't bad, but I'm probably gonna have these switched out for a what are called 10/8s. The 10/8s are a lot higher, and I think you get a better sight picture with them. But it's also to each their own. That's just personally how I shoot. I mean, they're great night sights. You got, I think they're green in the back and then yellow up front. But personally, I'm probably gonna remove these sights and go to Richard Heine and have him install some 10/8s on it. But other than that, I love this pistol. This one, the Nighthawk, Wesson Combat, came with 2 of these magazines. They're their ETMs, they're elite magazines. These things are about $34 a piece, but they are pretty phenomenal. Wesson Combat says this is their flagship of their magazines. Like I said, it came with 2 of them. Me personally, for carry, whenever I am carrying it, I use this Chip McCormick. It's actually an 8-round flush-fitting flat magazine. A lot of people say don't go with that because you're screwing with the spring. It's not meant to hold 8 rounds, it's only meant to hold 7 if it flush fits with the bottom. Personally, knock on wood, I've never had a problem with these magazines. They run phenomenal, they're very durable. I mean, I don't drop it on concrete or anything, but it's very well built. And I think it was about 20 bucks, $21. You can probably find them probably cheaper online, but that's what I got. They're loaded up right now with these Federal HSTs. You got to be careful where you get these. For some reason, people like to charge $50 a box. I think that's ridiculous for $1 a bullet. But you can find them on websites. I got a MAH Supplies. That's MAH Supplies, and they have them for $28 a box. So that's a smoking deal. I got a bunch of these and ran a couple hundred through my Wesson Combat to get good reliability, and they work just fine. I don't run hollow points through my Nighthawk, but when I get my Ed Brown, it's going to replace my Wesson Combat as my carry gun because the Ed Brown has the bobtail. So I don't mind carrying a 5-inch gun, but you can. I've held an Ed Brown, and you can considerably tell the difference when carrying because the Dan Wesson C-Bob I had was the same weight and setup as the Ed Brown, and it was fun to carry. Shitty gun, but it was very fun to carry. You can hardly tell it was there after a while. And the Nighthawk, I didn't cover this, but it came with 2 separate magazines. One black one made by ACT, which I think is an Italian company, and one stainless one, which is a completely different design. This one's got a plastic follower. It's not metal. This one right here, I don't know if you can see it very well, is metal. They're both very high quality. I had no jams, and they work, perfectly. Nighthawk, for some reason, doesn't like these magazines they're putting out. They don't really recommend, if you're going to get the 6 magazines that the coupon covers, I think it's $100 for 6 Nighthawk mags. They recommend you get the black ones. So I don't think I'm going to need 6 Nighthawk magazines, but if I do decide to use the coupon, I'll get the black ones. That basically about covers it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.